And so it basically finds the subject of the sentence, or it finds the subject of the question that you have. And then we have some other global. I just set these here. I didn't have to do this, but I did it anyway. Hypertext, get response. The get response variable will go to the speak command. The hypertext variable will go to the hypertext command. The AI prompt will go to the prompt 1 command, or prompt 2 command. A clean prompt will go to the clean prompt command, or prompt number 3. Set timer, set interval. Here's blank responses. If it's blank, this basically says if for some reason Athena is saying something, not saying or responding with a blank response, then it will change it so that she'll respond with something. Maybe she says, well, I can't think of anything to say, so she'll respond with something. So I created a blank responses table. You can see the table right here. That's the table's name. It will be used to respond to it in the blank responses table. Detection area, basically it's just detecting things. I have most of these commented out. One of these is not commented out. Cursing is not commented out. The cursing table, if it detects a cursing word or a curse word, it will respond, perhaps saying you shouldn't talk like this or whatever. Just it'll respond with an appropriate response. Detect hello, that's already on because we used it a while ago. I said hello, and she responded with hi, how are you? And of course you can respond with other things besides that in a random response engine. Detecting female, detect yes, detect bi, detect God, detect hungry, detect feeling good. You can just add an innumerable amount of detect tables with detect functions. Using these detect and respond functions. And of course we can set the mood, set desire, set state right here. I just commented these out because I'm not using them right now. Now we have a knowledge resources area. This is where I'm connecting to the big tables, the general knowledge table, general concepts table, quotations table, questions table, general if-then table, the questions and answers table, and we'll search those tables based upon the user's input, whatever the user said, and sometimes the subject. And you can set, there's other little things like false. That's a particular thing. It's a little bit difficult to understand. I'll have to show that in another video. Well, at least it's difficult for me to keep up with it. I'm lazy. Now, get random sentence from the questions table. So basically these are these main, like get, random, detect, and response. These are utilizing these functions really well to get information in and out of these question tables and different tables. General if-then question, general if-then table. Which I probably need to rename. Memory date lookup. Memory date R. Yeah, anyway, that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Then we have an override section. Region number 3, overrides. That's like the substitute table and the capitalized table. We'll let those things come later because she's fixing to get ready to respond, if you will. And so we want to substitute perhaps certain words that she could say, or we can capitalize certain things, certain sentences, or a sentence, or any sentence when we capitalize it, if it needs to be capitalized. if there's an error, a word filter. Let's see here. Again, a blank responses. I get down here further. Now here's another user-defined area. Now this is where you're getting into commands. You want her to do certain things. Tell me your age, and she responds with no. In fact, we can go ahead and do that. Just to show that it's functioning right now. Tell me your age. Oh, I left a box on.
No.
So I said, tell me your age. She said no. That's pretty simple. And I left a little box on somewhere here. Well, it's in there somewhere. I'll remove it. Guess I'll remove it later. I'll find it. Message box is showing. Anyway, okay, so we have that. We have we can set the timer. We say start timer. Right, in this case we can start the timer. Say start timer, and it will start the timer. We can say stop timer, and it will stop the timer. We can say set timer, and then give the number afterwards. It will find the argument. That's what that find argument is for. We'll say a phrase called set timer, and whatever comes after that will be used as the argument. So we say set timer, and then we tell the interval we want to use. Please open, and then open the program within that shortcut. So say please open Notepad. Well, if you have a link to Notepad within that shoulders shortcuts folder, it will open Notepad from there. Please define, so you can ask it, please define a particular word, and she'll give you a definition of that word. What is the date, and she'll give you today's date. Ask her to read a book, ask her to get the list of books to read, and we can ask her to read a particular file, a file called test hap. Well, it says the hypertext. Remember, these are global variables, hypertext is, and get response is. So if you say hypertext and get Athena.hap file reader, and it reads that, you know, the name of the file that we're reading, the name of the file that we want to open up, called test.hap file, and we'll send this information to the hypertext interval, and then we'll open up that file right here. So I can give a demonstration of that. And this is so much easier for me to just copy and paste this. Paste. Okay.
Did you know a test would make you want to study for a subject?
So she ran the test hat file.
Hi, how are you?
And that's the test hat file. That's what's in it. We can find it right here. So she said, hi, how are you? Go back to the main brain. So it works. A lot of these things will work. It needs to be perfected, and so much can be done with this script. It's pathetic because there's just so much that can, so many functions that you can just connect and do all kinds of crazy things with Athena. It just needs to be done, and needs people getting their minds on it and work to be applied. And anything needs to be modified, changed, or added to a very base level, then that's what I'm here for. Now, another particular script I wanted to show you real quick is the timer script. Now, this is real simple. I put 2 comments on there for some reason. It says W script echo speak. Who are you? So whatever you